I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Shelby, and welcome back to Something About a Sag. And on today's episode, we're talking
Twin, where have you been? All right, and that's the end. That's the title. Twin, where have you been?
That's it. That is absolutely it. Okay, so let's get into it. What is today's episode technically about?
Oh, you're asking.
Yes, I'm asking you, cousin.
I'm gonna put my notes out. Okay, I have a lot to say.
So today's episode, we're talking about friendships, and we're talking about friendships, breakups, and like healing back like from the friendship breakup, because that's like pretty like effed up. So let's like get straight into it.
Well, what does twin, where have you been mean?
Let me get into it. So it's the importance of a good homegirl.
Ooh,
the importance of a good freaking homegirl. Like, how do you what's the importance of a good homegirl to you? Like, how do you feel how important that is?
All of my current homegirls and my best friends have integrity. They are strong-minded, beautiful women that respect themselves, respect me, and I just feel that love. That's a good homegirl to me, right?
It's a great homegirl. Like, I literally could say the exact same thing.
Yeah, like copy paste.
Like, copy paste, and like my circle's kind of like tight. You know?
Yeah.
But that takes growth, because I've had a bigger circle before in life, but we'll get there. We will absolutely get there, okay? Absolutely get there. So let's get into like friendship breakups.
Drum roll, please. Have you ever had one?
Yeah. I've had a really bad friend breakup before.
Really? Really bad? Okay, what happened?
No, like really, really
Let's
bad.
Let's talk about
like,
it.
Feelings hurt. Didn't know if we would like ever talk again. And it took years for us to talk again. Well, for starters, she's an Aquarius. My like friendship breakup was an Aquarius. And we were inseparable. Like, everybody who knew us knew that we would probably never be apart. Like, we were connected at the hip. We stayed together. We did everything together. And I just feel like something happened in our lives. I got pregnant. She was still, working in the club, like being outside. And this is really just like my perspective of it. This is just how I felt, how I took everything. And I like, once I got pregnant, our relationship just got super weird. Like, really weird. Yeah, she was supposed to be like my daughter's godmom. And yeah, it just was bad. What made it bad was we were living together. It was time.
Ooh, to put a pause on that. How do you feel about living with a friend?
Living with a friend is okay. It's okay.
What about living with a best friend?
It was cool. Like, I liked living with my best friend. Like, I loved living with her. Like, we were, like I said, inseparable. I literally loved living with her. But I feel like once we became in different spaces in our life, she had gotten into a relationship, I got pregnant, and we kind of just went our separate ways at that point. And it went left. And then my baby shower came up, and she started acting super fucking weird. I cussed. Super weird. Like, very, very weird.
During your baby shower?
She didn't even come to my baby shower.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But
Sips drink. So, yeah, no, she didn't even come to my baby shower, because literally a week before my baby shower, she came up to my salon trying to fight me. And I was 7.5 months pregnant. And it's just a clip just went through my head where Chrissy said on the first episode, like, somebody could punch her and she'll literally be her friend again. Yep. That had kind of happened. But it hurt.
But it wasn't real punches.
It wasn't real punches, but it definitely hurt my feelings. I'm like, damn, like, we're super close. You were there for like throughout my whole pregnancy. And because of miscommunication from what I thought at that very moment, it was just like, damn, all you had to do was tell me what the problem was. You know what I'm saying? But you just left me hanging. And then you tried to fight me when I was pregnant.
Question though, do you feel like anything could have been done differently? Right?
Yes,
like,
definitely. Because
when you said it was a lack of communication, or a conversation could have been had, right? Do you feel like you could have orchestrated that conversation, or do you feel like there was a problem and it just should have just naturally been talked about?
So I feel like the friendship definitely could have been salvaged like at that moment, but I feel like we both were in places of girl F you. Like, we don't got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally, I feel like she chose her relationship over her best friend. And I feel
like her relationship.
She chose her relationship with the person she was with over her best friend. And it was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But it was a miscommunication because she was upset with me because I didn't do something for her. And that was word on the street. So I'm just
Not
repeating.
word on the street.
I'm just repeating what was said to me. So it was just like, damn. But yes, I definitely feel like we could have had a conversation, because if we would have had that conversation, none of this would have ever happened. You know what I'm saying? But I take full accountability for everything that went wrong in the relationship at that point, because everything I did was based off emotion. Like, I was so upset with her that we were living together. I packed up literally like a thief in the night while she was at work, and I moved out and didn't give her like the last month's rent. I did not do it. And that's what led to her to come to my shop to try to fight me.
You see how, like, explaining the full story?
Yeah, that was it.
Makes the difference, because if just hearing what you said, right?
Yeah, like, she tried to come to my shop, it's just like, damn.
Yeah,
nope.
That's crazy. But then once you added in the part, left in a thief of a night, didn't pay last month's rent.
You know.
I would pull up in there and fight you.
I'm pregnant. You're going to jail.
But
you're going to jail.
But imagine someone doing that to you. Fuck being pregnant.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I take full, completely accountability for that. For the simple fact, it was all based off emotion.
Yeah, but you explaining the story, when you added that part,
it changed the perspective.
It changed the whole perspective, and that's what relationships are about. Perspective, because to be honest, you're the only one in the world who cared at the time you were pregnant, right? Because it's your baby. You would think that someone that you love would care, but you can't expect that much out of people, right? And that's fucked up. It's fucked up. But in reality, like, I can't say that even when we had our issues, I cared. I, like, stayed up late thinking, like, oh, well, Shelby's pregnant, so no, I just cared about me. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about yourself first.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, though, but you have to live with that, right? Like, you have to live with being pregnant and having a baby in your stomach and, like, protecting your peace. But nobody else is thinking like that. Until you have that conversation with somebody, and not even having a conversation with somebody, but you really love someone deeply, and you're just like, I'm gonna like cherish her as a person because she has a baby in her stomach.
I think that's an evolved. That's an evolved space, because like you just saying it, I was just I can't. I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? But I also, too, don't put expectations. We have a relationship. Like, you're my best friend. We live together. And, again, you were supposed to be my daughter's godmother. Like, we were closer than just we were roommates. I think
it was extra anger on that.
Yeah, because it was emotional.
I'm not going to lie. In the place that I have been, not right now at all, in places that I have been in my life, if someone played me on some money, I do feel like I need to attack them, though. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's fucked up, because that's risking my life and my livelihood. But my automatic response is to, like, fight, you know? It's either fight or flight. So you have either two options.
Yeah. And see, at that point in my life where I was at, like, full of emotion, and was kind of like...
And not only that, girl, you're pregnant with emotion.
Yeah, I'm pregnant with emotion.
Emotion.
I didn't give a fuck about your livelihood because you give a fuck about mine. But, I mean, it gets deep. But that's the thing, it gets deeper. The only reason why I left and didn't pay my, like, rent for the simple fact that someone had moved in with us, and I felt like if it's 3 people living in the place, we all need to pay rent here.
Was that a conversation?
Yeah, it was a conversation.
It just wasn't
It was
met?
ignored. You know, she said, no, it's never happening.
She said, no, it was never happening.
So, boom, there we are. There's the fucking sprinkle on it. Yes, we had that conversation to where I'm like, hey, when is so-and-so going to help pay the rent? She told me it'll never happen. And that's why I'm like, okay, damn. And then I let it go. Like, fuck it. Like, maybe that person don't need to pay rent. Like, you know.
Yeah, because you're gaslighting in your head. Like, maybe I'm the problem.
You know what I'm saying? But when it boiled down to it, it was just like, no, that's dead ass fucking wrong. If we live in a fucking 2-bedroom and only like 2 of us are in a fucking apartment.
I'm not gonna lie though. Let's bring that back, because I've lived with my best friends before. I've lived with friends. I've only lived with best friends before, and I've been in relationships. They've been in relationships. I've never expected them to pay rent.
How long did they stay there?
Shit, weeks, maybe months.
Months.
I've had like
January to like
one of my best friend's sister like lived with us. I've never expected more
January
of a cut.
To fucking like June, July.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never expected that off, simply because.
Was it their cousin? Was it their partner? Who was it?
Sister at one point. For me, like my mom had came in before and like lived with us. I think it's just like a mutual respect of just like, I know your financial situation, I know mine. we know we splitting this and we're in it together.
Yeah.
That's how we've always been.
And see, that was the thing. She knew my financial situation. I was pregnant. I couldn't work in the clubs or nothing like that
I think she
anymore.
probably knew your financial situation, but didn't think that, you know, when you get pregnant, you assume that like, oh, the baby daddy's helping you.
Again, she knew my financial situation.
You said what you said. But I think it is not to okay her at all. But I'm being devil's advocate, as Ashley would say. I think you just expect nothing to change until it's like established that it should change, right? Like, let's establish like this is what the cut should be, right? Or no?
Yeah, but that was the thing. Like
and
when
then
I
she
brought
said
it,
no, I would have been like, oh, okay, whatever.
And see, I did that. I hit her with the, oh, okay, like fine. And we just left it at that. And then a situation happened where she had called me. She was at work. She had locked her keys in her car and asked me to do something. And originally I agreed to doing it, but I'm big and pregnant. I'm like, you know what? Just in the Uber to get
like
your
you were
keys.
super pregnant.
I was super pregnant at this point. I'm
Yeah.
like, just in the Uber to get your keys, because she had like locked her keys in her car or whatever. And she disclosed to my father that was something that bothered her because I didn't bring the keys to her when she needed them, and she was always there for me, which is like cool. I understand.
How do you feel about that though?
I mean, it made me feel uncomfortable because it's like, damn,
No,
you could have
the
just
always
told me
there.
that.
I don't like when friends do tit for tat.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, I don't like
hate
that. Like, I don't care what you do
hate
for
that.
me. Like, and I'm not.
Not even I don't care what you do for me. I'm never keeping tabs on what I've done for you.
That's what I mean when I say
do
I don't
a lot
care,
of
like,
shit for people. I do a lot
of
of
fucking shit for people. Like, but
my friends do a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm not looking for you to do. If I give you $1 million, I'm not looking for $2 million back or another fucking million. I just know that you have my fucking back. Well, I planted a seed. We got a great relationship, but I know something great is gonna come out at the end of it.
So with that being said, that situation feels like it was always some inner animosity.
Exactly, and it makes me feel like, damn, like, was I really your friend? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So coming back to that though, how did y'all get back cool?
To be honest, that she tried to fight me at my job like the beginning of August of 2019.
And she really like came up there with like boxing mats, like ready to fight you.
Like literally walked in my salon and was like, and like stood in my doorway and was like, I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm here to pick my money up. I'm like, I'm not giving you anything. I'm not giving you anything. And I was like, when I say I was so big and pregnant, I was doing hair on a stool. I was sitting on a stool doing a sew-in. Like, I remember that day like it was freaking yesterday. Like, my client was sitting in a chair. Like, it was freaking horrible, to the point where I got done with my client and went to the police station and immediately filed like a protective order against her. Because I just knew as soon as I dropped my baby in October, I was going to whoop her ass. I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do. That was the plan I had.
That was the plan?
That was the plan. I literally had planned that shit all in my head. Like, I planned it.
So what?
So you asked how I came back from it.
Yeah.
So boom, that happened in August. September, like beginning of October, I just started feeling really weird. And I was having a conversation with my dad. Me and you weren't cool around that time either.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I feel uneasy for real in my spirit. Like, I feel like I lost two people that I'm extremely close to. I genuinely love them. Like, what's wrong? My dad, like, maybe you should just call him. Like, the worst they can do is just not answer the phone. Chrissy answered.
I did answer.
Chrissy answered.
Yeah, I did answer.
Yeah,
I remember I was at work.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom.
Yeah. And then we like linked together again in November on your birthday. So
yes,
me and Chrissy, like, we were able to like iron everything out. And that was we'll get to our relationship, but it was another fucking miscommunication, never anything intentional.
It's so crazy how that can be literally like
the like end all be all of some shit. Like, communication is so important. And then I called her, no answer. And to the point where we had mutual friends, and I'm telling them like, yeah, I did reach out to her. I called her, and she knew that I called but wasn't answering the phone. Fast forward to 2023, I'm literally at work behind the bar and just randomly check my DMs, and it was a request because we weren't following each other anymore. And she's like, hey, I'm ready to talk if you're ready to talk. Like, I miss you, and just let me know if you're open to it. And me, because at this point I'm healed from it now. I was cool. Yeah, we can talk. I hit her back. We linked up. We got breakfast. And it was so weird when my daughter seen her for the first time. She ran up to her and was like, I miss you. It's like, you never met her before.
But she knew her.
She knew her. You know what I'm saying?
Her in like a real way. Like,
yeah, but we squashed everything out. We talked about it. It's healthy.
And what was her perspective of her showing up there though? She was her side of it was like, yeah, I pulled up there to fight you.
No, she pulled up to get her money.
And it escalated.
It escalated because one thing you're not gonna do is pull up on me. And I was working at the shop on a Monday, and I'm never at work on a Monday. So for you,
it's like you kind of knew.
You knew I was there, and it was to the point where I even thought that the girl that was sitting in my chair had like planted a seed And me and her had that conversation too. And I'm like, did you tell her I was here? You know, because in
Really?
the way, yeah, because the
like,
way she booked her
crazy.
appointment, she booked her appointment literally the day before. Like, hey, can I come on this day at 3:00? I'll even pay extra.
Oh my
And then
God.
boom, she came an hour and a half for her fucking appointment. And it's like,
yeah, I could definitely see like,
yeah, it was
a
weird,
little uncomfortable about that.
But yeah, it wasn't the most easiest healing process because I felt like I had lost somebody I was extremely close with. Like she was close.
Y'all lived.
Yeah, she was close with my
like,
family. Like it was one of those things where we didn't even call each other by our names. Like her name was best friend.
Oh yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Yeah, like we never called each other by our names, and it was fucked up. Like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like what's up? But yeah, it was sad.
Friendship breakups really feel like it's a loss.
Yeah, it's worse losing a homegirl than it is losing like somebody that you're like dating. Because of course we can replace men.
Yeah, like you can't replace a good homegirl.
You can't replace a good homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, we are not as close as we used to be.
Okay.
Like from the beginning, like I said, we salvaged a relationship. We talked, but we're not the same. And I don't think that it will ever be the same. I don't know. So yeah,
really?
But I'm comfortable with that though.
You're comfortable? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you like it. I love it.
Spaces.
I think that love doesn't go away. It just changes, right? Like the form and the ways that you love somebody.
Yeah, and then too, it's kind of like when I say like we're not the same. We've talked and we've been together and stuff like that, but it's kind of. I don't know. It's weird. It's honestly complicated. I can't even say that we like.
It's complicated. It's so crazy how relationships can. I'm so sorry. I keep moving around.
Honestly, like after you watch this episode and you know who you are, I would love for you to like contact me and we'll see, after watching it, how you feel about it.
One thing I know about Aquarius, my daddy didn't even watch our first episode.
I mean, yeah, because
Aquarius don't give a fuck.
Well, my dad watched our episode.
He loves you.
Your dad loves you too.
He does, but out of sight, out of mind.
Dad. I love you so much.
I love you, Dad, too. I love you, Mom, though. And I love you, Pam.
Yeah, I love you too, Mom.
Oh my God, shout out. And shout out to Zach. Yeah. Okay, but...
So, Chrissy, have you ever experienced a friend breakup?
You know what's so crazy? We were talking about this yesterday, and the only thing that came into my mind was us. Like, I feel like that was the worst type of, like... Please don't cry. I'm not gonna cry. Please don't cry. But that hurt me. Like it hurt me in such a like crazy way because our relationship has always been like family, also friend.
Yeah.
So I knew like, damn, like I'm gonna see this person one day who I know that I just love so much. And like it's never gonna be the same. But look at God and look at it now. Like we're even better. But at the time and in the place that I was in my life, like I wasn't. She's crying, guys. In the place that I was in my life, like I just wasn't. I didn't see things. Like I didn't see things how I see them now. You know what I mean? So let's give backstory on our situation. Shit.
9 years and 7 years ago. 7 scores ago. What is it? Four? What is it? 7 years and 4 scores ago? What do Abraham Lincoln
is
say?
That on like
4 scores and 7 years ago?
I was about to say what?
Yep. That was
who said that?
Abraham Lincoln.
He freed the slaves.
He was also Black, so it worked out.
What? All right. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get started on that because I don't know about that.
Abraham Lincoln was a Black man, but anyway, moving forward.
Did y'all know that? Anyway, so I'll just talk about this most recent time.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of like instances where it's been weird.
Yeah.
Like it's been super weird and like because we never really got into it before, right? We don't get into it. We just kind of like disconnect. We separate and it's like super weird. It's super uncomfortable because it's like
we ghost each other.
We ghost each other,
Chrissy
but
ghosts people.
Yeah,
okay.
But for real, I do. And it's weird because we're so involved in each other's lives. So ghosting someone that you talk to every day is crazy.
Yeah, and like that you talk to every day. Like you're really in my family. Like you're gonna be at birthday parties, graduations, like Easter. Like you're gonna be around.
And every time we've ever gotten into it, I'm just gonna say, or had a friendship breakup, it's always been kind of around a guy or around somebody who
other people.
And it's crazy because now in this space where we're at in our relationship, we know like we prioritize each other and we listen to each other first before anything. But then we would just like kind of like, I don't think we were as connected as we are now.
I want to say it's not that we weren't connected. Neither one of us were as evolved and comfortable and confident in who we are in our relationship. It's like, oh, you did me wrong, fuck, we out of here.
Yeah.
But it's just like, damn, because our relationship is really important to us.
Was always kind of like, we knew we loved the fuck out of each other. We knew we had all these different things in common, and we knew we spent a lot of time with each other, but we never really defined it as something more than just we're cousins, right?
Yeah.
We've always just been like, we're cousins, blah, 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 but we're actually like best fucking friends.
Yeah.
So when things would happen, it would be like, I feel this way, but I don't know if she's mad. Like she feels this way, right? Like I'm missing her, but I don't know if she misses me.
Yeah.
Come to find out, and then we have another friend, Natasha. If you're watching this, every time we would get into it, she would be like, "Y'all gonna be back cool? Like y'all are stupid,
like y'all dumb." Yeah, she said this. Oh no, she said this.
She said this. She said she would never speak to you again.
Yep, it was bad.
It was bad.
But shout out to Gummy Bear. We love you, Gummy Bear.
Yeah, she brought us kind of back together. But really, what it was is. There was a guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy that we both knew. She introduced me to him, and he
was for everyone.
He was for everyone, and I think my young ass at the time didn't understand what that meant. Right? Like I just thought that.
I like
my
you.
Man.
Yeah, I like you. You like me. It's just a us thing.
Yeah, it's us versus everybody whole time. Like he was fucking with like 100 of Shelby's friends, and Shelby being the person, the cool person that she is, she was just kind of like trying to put me on game, but I'm delusional. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking like, no way. Yeah. Like, you know, like he loves me. He says he loves me. Like, you know, what do you mean? Whole time, like he was talking to a whole bunch of other people. However, fast forward to the most recent time, like he was talking to one of her friends. At this point, like I wasn't really talking to him as much. I kind of felt that I felt that Shelby should have told me like everything she knew, right? Like I felt like since Shelby knew about them dating or whatever, she should have told me. Her side of it was, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not speaking correctly, but your side of it was, I'm just trying not to be in it. I have too many like hands involved. Like I just don't, out of sight, out of mind. Like I'm just vibing because you're trying to protect your peace, right?
Right. But here I go. Yes, I want to stay out of it, but I had put the other friend on game because we had already, like I said, like Chrissy said, we've had incidents like this happen before and things went left. But the like most recent time, I let the friend know like, yo, this man still fuck with my cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just heads up, this is what's going on. And like Chrissy said, they weren't like as tight as they were before, but they still had some type of connection.
Yeah.
But of course, I want to stay out of it, but I'm letting you know they still fuck with each other, so don't do too much.
Yeah.
That was my stand on it. Like, I'm just letting you know what it is.
And so when it came time when shit hit the fan where I found out that like, you know, one of her friends was talking to the guy I was talking to, it made me look at our relationship a little differently and it made me feel like uncomfortable, right? But I think it was a learning lesson for all parties involved because at the time, step one, I didn't really want to be with this man, right? Like that's number one. Like step one, is the situation worth losing like a lifelong best friend over? No. But also I felt like, damn, like this can be like a learning lesson of like, I want you to treat me like this going forward though, right? Like I want to be given the same heads up that you gave the other friend. I want you to like tell me everything. I don't want you to like be like, oh, this might hurt her feelings, so I'm not gonna tell her. I want you to tell me, you know? And we had that conversation. Well, at the time, we did not.
We did not have that conversation
at the time, we was texting. We was Twitter fingering.
Yeah, back and forth. We was
breaking and driving.
Literally.
Bad, okay? Like, I was using periods. I don't use periods.
No. This bitch was sending screenshots of things that I said, like, and what the fuck make this think, like, what right here makes you think that I want to fight you? I'm like, whoop. Not too much.
Because she thought I wanted to fight her. I would never fight her.
It got petty. It got real petty.
Literally, I was at the orthodontist. Dude in my mouth. I'm like, why would I want to fight you? I can't fight you.
But it had got there.
I probably, like, if we was to pull up on each other at that point, I would cry and hold you.
Yeah,
like,
no,
what the fuck?
Which I totally understand, but it was one of those things, to my perspective, it was like, damn, here we go again. Like, same dude. I'm Shelby, just a different girl. It's like, it's the same situation. It's just like, damn. And what it really was, I didn't consider Chrissy's feelings at that point. It was just, he for everybody. Like, that's just
and
what
you
I
want to
like.
know what else too? At that time, I was such a, like, hard shell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was very much like, I'm Chrissy the player. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. Like, it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. But I didn't realize that while I'm doing that, my friends not realizing, like, oh, I'm actually hurt about this though.
Yeah.
Like, I say that, but like, I'm hurting right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I had to kind of let down my guard, and that's where therapy helped me as well, because I didn't know what was going on. You know, I was feeling all these things, not knowing how to put it into words, not knowing, like, how to ask you for help. Like,
right.
And another thing, like, if we were to have that situation happen at this point in our life, like, the first thing we would probably do is, like, pull up, let's talk.
We got to talk about it.
Then I was not interested in talking.
Yeah.
I wanted to shut down.
Yeah. You're great at that.
Yeah, but that's
you used to be great at that.
Yeah, but that is not my, like, new thing. Like, nowadays, it's just, I can't say I will deflect to just see what the fuck am I about to say, or what's going through my mind. That
actually recently happened not so long ago.
Yeah, because and it's not like I'm mad. I just have to figure out.
I gotta figure out, because what at that point went wrong, and like a little.
How can I handle this situation with love?
Yeah, and like a small snippet of what happened. Chrissy had said something, and I reacted out of emotion of like, yeah, no, don't do that. And she took it like, bitch, you like just snapped at me. But it's like, I don't want to, like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not snapping at you. And then she walked away silent. So she literally was gone for like 5 minutes. She walked to her car. I'm like, let me call this bitch, because we not doing this. We talking about this shit. So I called her, like, you saw outside. She like, yeah. Got to the car.
And you know, the old Chrissy wouldn't have answered.
Literally would have left me already. She answered me like, yeah, I'm still outside. Okay, cool, yeah. Got in the car. She like, yeah, no, bitch. You said, this is how I felt. And I'm like, you know what? I can't be upset with that. In me, I apologize, because I did snap on her, but it was one of those things to where I didn't consider her when I reacted to what she said to me. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like it's important in relationships. You have to, you have to consider other people's feelings, especially people that you're extremely close to. Like, I have a sister. I've always said, like, I can never snap at Cher. I can't raise my voice at my sister. I can't talk to her crazy, because Cher has a different type of. I have to approach her differently. You know what I'm saying? Because she's so, like, I'm not gonna say so sensitive. My sister is very in touch with her emotions, and if I raise my voice at her, it's like, bitch, she's like, are you yelling at me? So I'm like, I can't say that to my sister this way. So I had to change my delivery on how to talk to her. Even my mom, like, everybody doesn't need the same delivery.
But have you peeped? Me and you are very fiery with each other.
Extremely.
We're fiery with our dads too.
Yeah.
Like, my dad can literally call me on some, like, no good morning, no nothing. Amex do. And then hang up.
And it's just like, hey.
And I'm like, okay. But I'm used to it, right? So I'm used to it. But that doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That does not work for everyone.
Anybody else that, like, your dad would call, and it'll be like, yo, why the hell is Harry being so short with me? Like, Uncle Harry couldn't call me and say that, because I'm just like, damn, like, is he upset with me?
Mm-hmm. But me, I kind of, you know, like, and that just goes back to relationships.
And you're built for that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not that you're numb to people, like, being rowdy or anything like that, but you know genuinely who people are at heart. We know Uncle Harry comes from a good place. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We love you, Uncle Harry.
And that's another thing. Like, when that situation happened, I never thought, like, you're snapping at me because you hate me, or like, because like, I just know that's how you talk, and that's fine. And you apologizing for it and, like, acknowledging it, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Growth.
Like, this is growth, and this is what a real mature grown up relationship looks like.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to our next thing.
Dun, 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 dun. Friend groups.
Friend groups.
So wait, hold on, before we get into friend groups, let's just acknowledge that we are back. A happy family. Because it took communication, it took talking, and I love Christina. Christina loves me.
Yes.
Her name's not Christina, it's Chrissy.
But right. The pod knows. Our cousins know.
I call her Christina because I like Christina.
Christina's in here. Anyway.
Friend group.
Friend groups. But also, just to piggyback off of that, though, it's never too late to have an uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah.
And to anyone out there who is like in the midst of like a weird situation with a friend, I always say you're never going to regret telling them how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't fault that. How you made me feel is how you made me feel. No one can take that away from you. So if you feel some type of way and you have someone who you love and cherish, keep those relationships. Keep those relationships. Call them. Life is too short. Life is way too short. And you really need to like love on your people while you have them.
But
here she
devil's advocate, if you know that person ain't good for you, they're not bringing anything to your life, they're not great resources, don't salvage the relationship. I'm okay with that. Like, again, we got back the way that we were because we are important in each other's lives. Like, look where the fuck we at now. When we got back together, we didn't think this was gonna like happen.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I feel it. Like, I feel it. The next topic today is friend groups, okay? Chrissy, how do you feel about friend groups? Like, what's like the biggest number of friend groups that you had?
None.
Okay.
So, okay. This is a safe space.
This is a safe space.
The
no
safest.
Bullying. The safest.
So if you guys know, I have left my job of 3 years and I was extremely close with all the people there, like extremely close.
Yeah.
To where I would consider some of them like my best friends, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward, I left my job. I've only heard from like 3 of those people. Let's say it was like 6 of them. I've only heard from 3. Spent 3 years of my life there every day and, you know, involved in their life, involved in just other things. And I feel like the friend group that I created there, like, disappointed me. As a group, though, right?
And you feel like that was after you left?
Yes. Oh, yeah. After I left, I feel like they showed that they weren't truly my friends. So, like, at the time, that friend group, right, was considered my work friends that also were, like, trickled into, like, best friends.
Yeah.
Now that I'm out of that situation, now I only have, like, 2 or 3 people from that situation. And I'm constantly reminded of that friend group that I had with all those said people.
Yeah.
So, I said all that to say, I don't think friend groups should be a thing. I think you should have your friends, have the people that you love around you, and they can meet.
Yeah.
They can love and value each other. But I personally, like, when you introduce me to your people, I don't want to hang out with them when you're not around.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And there could be some dope people that you have, but I have my friends.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like
we have to mesh all together.
I don't think it's never worked. Yeah. Has it ever worked?
No. Well,
what?
I've had some things work, but
what? Let's talk about it.
So,
because
I've had friend groups before. And
wait, hold on. Moment of silence for our sponsor
Alfie.
today.
Yeah, that's my nephew. That's Alfie. We love Alfie. Hi, babes. So I've had the friend group thing before, and
my pillow fell.
It's all good. The most, and it takes for my homegirl Vina to mention this shit. Like, being in like a group of 3s kind of never works.
It doesn't work.
I don't think it works. It doesn't work.
Why?
Like, being in a group of 3s, it doesn't work. It just doesn't, because somebody's gonna always feel left out. Like, when you're in a group of 3, somebody's gonna always feel left out.
Think about y'all at a bar. There's always gonna be someone at the corner.
Yeah.
You
like,
know?
Or somebody having a conversation, or we were there and you weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it worked for when it did, but when it don't work, it don't work. But I don't prefer friend groups. The way that my life is set up, I have those, like, I have me and Chrissy, I have me and Vina, I have me and Misha, I have, like, me and Sherry,
and we can all be around each other. Together.
I feel like my friend groups turn into like a Disney sitcom, like the pilot, when everybody gets to school and it's like we all fucking meet each other. Like, I've been on trips before where people met at the airport.
You know what's crazy?
And they worked. When I say that was the best, that was my 30th birthday in Tulum, Mexico. If you were there, but it was the best trip.
You know what's crazy? Now that you said that, my Yuli used to always say, like, I feel like we're in like a episode where like a crossover episode. Like when she would meet my friends, or like she's one of like I don't want to even say best friends. It's like people that I hold really close to my heart though.
Yeah.
Like extremely close to my heart. Yuli's one of them. And when she would be around my friends, she would always say like I'm in a crossover episode.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. Think of like Your Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I'm Hannah Montana.
That's So Raven and fucking Hannah Montana getting together. Mwah,
yeah.
kiss.
Like it's cool. We're having a ball. We're cool.
Time.
We're respecting each other, because at the end of the day, if anybody that I have around or anyone that you have around, I know that they have crossed the line of like, they're just not just a cool person, they're a good person.
Yeah, I trust them. Like
you trust them. They're great people, and they're gonna have fun. But that brings us back to having certain friends for different things. I 10 toes down believe in that. Like I have friends I would call to smoke hookah with. Yep. And I have friends that will go to church with me.
Yeah.
Sure, they can crisscross whatever, but you cannot expect one person to fit in all your boxes.
Yeah, it don't work like that. And I can honestly say, like, we are the hookah and church people.
Yeah.
And Vanna's my church friend now.
She is. Oh, that's just so exciting.
Welcome home, babe.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
But she's also hookah too,
she's
occasionally.
Hookah too. Always been outside.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I can call and talk to Vanna about a lot of shit too. Like
I
a
love
lot of
that.
shit. Like we do hookah, we could drink together.
That's
but
a true
now
friend.
she called me and be like, am I saving the seats or are you saving the seats? And
I
makes me so happy.
I love that.
Like I missed the baby last Sunday, but it's fine. Like
I love that.
Yeah, so the friend group thing, I want to just link together.
Shay and Ash were my like everything friends at one point.
Yeah.
But like Ash is married and Shay is in a relationship now. So it's like our relationship changed a little bit to where it's not like I'm the single one that's outside and they're like, bitch, all right, we got church in the morning though. Like, don't forget. So it's cool to have that.
It is. So tell me this, like when that happens, I've been told before, like when I get in relationships, I act different towards my friends. How do you feel like that is kind of not combative, but a conflict? Like when you're the single friend and all your friends are in relationships, do you not necessarily, I want to say feel left out. Like, do you feel left out at anything? Because like I can't relate to what your husband just did, or you going on a trip with your boyfriend and he pays for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can say that it doesn't bother me and or affect me as much because I'm in my own world too, right?
Yeah,
But I could say like years ago when like my friends would get in relationships, I would feel a little way. Like I would feel a little left out. Like, damn, I was your friend to go into
like
Nina's
you
and
talk to me
Rockies
every day, okay? Before you got on the phone with that nigga.
We were supposed to be together. Like, what you mean? You went with him? That's crazy.
That happened before.
Yeah. So it's weird, but then it's also like too, when you're growing up and you're realizing like, damn, one day we're gonna get married and we're gonna have these lifelong partners and stuff. Yeah. Like, I love that my current friends involve me in their life, right? Like Ash and Uncle Mark, like they invite me out. They never let me feel like left out. And even with Shay, like she'll be on FaceTime with her man, and I'll be like, "What up?" Like like I don't feel left out.
That's good.
When at first, maybe it was also like the people I was around. Maybe they were uncomfortable with their relationships to where they didn't want too many outside people involved.
Yeah.
But for my best friends, like I feel included. I feel like the third wheel. I'm the cousin. I'm the little cousin that be like, all right, y'all going on a date? Bring me a carryout.
Yeah, and over like, can I come?
Yeah, can I come, please?
Let me go
like,
to Chrissy. Can I come?
Can I come? Like, I don't feel any type of way. What about you?
No, so I don't feel left out at all. Like I said, I've had people tell me that before. Like, I remember being in a relationship at one point in time, and they're like, but I was dating a dude whose birthday was around the same time as one of my really close friends' birthdays. And I'm like, I'm going to go to hang out on his birthday.
But you know what? At that time, though, you can honestly say you were in a place where you were trying to make that relationship work.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what I was saying, right? In that place with other friends where I would feel that way, it's because they weren't in a space where they're trying to include other people in their relationship. It was just starting out.
Yeah,
so I think
it was very fresh.
When it's a fresh relationship, you can't really like have the whole gang there.
Yeah, but this is like, damn, I am always a single friend. Like we will go on trips and it's like,
You're not always a single friend, bro.
In 2000, what year was this? 21? 21?
Bro,
beginning of 22?
It's so crazy that you consider yourself that way. I consider you my friend that always has a boyfriend.
That's so crazy. Well, I'm going on almost 2 years of being single, guys.
But like, you'll have a boyfriend, but you'll have like a situation though.
Yeah, I will. But again, I was always, and
I'm truly the single friend.
And I wouldn't think that you was a single friend.
Really? You wouldn't?
Because you always have situations. That's crazy that you, like, Christina, I'm always
That's
the single
crazy.
friend. When it comes to Christina, it's like, bitch, do you have a man? Like, what? But yeah, no. So it was a point we was taking trips, y'all. Like, it would be 3 couples and then me. I was calling everybody auntie and uncle. Like, always. Like,
always.
But you know what's on my heart? Like, while we're talking about friendships, what I've discovered about myself, I can't have a dependent friend.
Why? What is a dependent friend?
A dependent friend is somebody who literally depends on the other friend, which would be me, to be like their person. Like, that's too much of a fucking responsibility for me. Like, even if I didn't have a kid, but I have a child.
But you're my person.
You're my person too, but you're also too not a dependent person.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
If I'm not available, you are not in a corner crying.
I do though.
Christina, shut the F up. Like, shut
Secretly, internally, you peep. When you tell me, oh, I'm not spending the night tonight, I'll be like, okay, but Thursday.
Yeah, like, but what about Wednesday? So I get it.
You know, I feel like it's so natural to kind of become dependent on your friends. And I'm working on that, though. I'm working on that.
Granted, but you're not overly dependent
I'm not annoying with
me.
It. I'm not telling where have you been?
Yeah.
You were about to say I'm not gonna say annoying?
Yeah, I wouldn't say annoying. Like, because you don't annoy me. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just here.
It's Chrissy, your baby Chrissy. Like, she's always been like my little baby. And it works out. And I like love being around you. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
And
someone on our DMs asked if we live together now.
That's great. Funny to ask if we live together. Every time we go on TikTok live, it's like, guys, a couple.
And it's like, bro.
No.
Okay,
like,
let's do rapid fire.
We can do rapid fire. Let's freaking do it. All right, bet. Where are we?
Okay, I'm going to ask the first question.
Okay.
Well, we kind of answered this already. Have you ever gotten into it? Yes, we have, but we're back and we're better than ever.
Yeah, better than ever. And we're never leaving. Never leaving.
Never, ever leaving.
Because at this point, like, I hate to say it. I'm not going to say I hate to say it, but like, Chrissy is like Kendall's second mom. Like, if I need something, like, Chrissy's a part of my village. I have my mom, my sisters, and Chrissy. Yeah. Like, they are my village with my child.
And I'm going to be very transparent into saying that I have been the type of person that was okay with, like, moving on and not being cool with people and not salvaging relationships. I'm not in that space anymore. Like, I value my relationships. I value the people in my life. And regardless, I understand that they have lives and I'm just a part of it. You know, and when you really think of that like that, it helps, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So, like, same. Like, I'm not letting this one go. Like, she is literally the fire under my ass. Like, us together is, like, amazing. So, here we are healed.
Here we are healed. I love that.
Yes. Second question. How do you handle boundaries in friendships?
So, I handle boundaries in friendships by, honestly, now, this 2023 version of Chrissy, I tell them.
Yeah.
I tell them like, damn, that hurt my feelings, or damn, like this feels weird to me.
Yeah, communication.
And I communicate them. And sometimes you don't really know a boundary is a boundary until it's kind of like brought to your table.
Yeah.
So like, I know that this feels weird. So like, let's talk about it. Versus before, like, I'm pondering, I'm thinking like, I didn't really like this. It's
uncomfortable to feel this way. You know what I'm saying?
And then it happens again, and then it happens again. And now it's just like you're kind of walking over a boundary that you know that you should place.
Yeah, like you said it, and then you allow it to be broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a big thing. But like a boundary that I've like set for myself and just for other people, when I'm going through heavy shit, like, I'm not just gonna call you like, bitch, da 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 da. Are you in the mental space and like, do you have the mental capacity right now to take what I'm about to like pour on you? Because sometimes I really do need to vent. And yes, I have God as my source of strength and who I can literally like dump all my problems with. But sometimes I just need a listening ear. I need a home.
You need a homegirl. You want to know what's so crazy? To piggyback off what you just said, Jamie always used to say, like, not only do you have the mental capacity to handle what I'm about to say, but do you want advice or you just want me to hear it?
No,
like,
heavy.
Like, are we listening to each other? Am I just a sound bar, or am I just like, are we talking? Are we giving advice? Because that gets people effed up too. Like if I'm telling you
Yeah.
I'm just venting and you're just giving me your advice, like I appreciate it, but sometimes I'm just
I
trying to let
didn't
it
ask
out.
for that. Yeah. Like, I didn't ask for
Yeah,
that.
like are you asking me for advice or like
yeah. Like, I know I shouldn't be effing with this motherfucker, so don't tell me like, girl, leave him alone. Don't be that friend.
don't be that
Unless
friend.
you know.
Unless I ask you to be.
Yeah, unless I ask you to be.
But then again, it's also like if there's something on your heart, if somebody, if listen,
if you got some tea that I need,
or if you're feeling like this man, Chrissy, is not for you. She's blinking and looking at me. If this man is not for you,
that man
leave
alone.
him. Okay. Is it? Hold on. This next question, some tea. This is all from our cousins, by the way. Why is it easier to forgive your man versus your homegirl?
It should not be easier because you don't come across many great homegirls. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's easier because we have a level of comfortability with like the dude that we're with. You know what I'm saying? Because he does treat me right when he wants to. Like in spaces like that. Like, yeah, he F's up, but I would rather forgive him than forgive my homegirl. That's I can't relate.
I have been on the other side of that, of like a good homegirl forgiving their man over me, and I remember just feeling like, damn, that's crazy. We have more years, more time, and you just kind of like said, fuck this relationship, but like, you know, and I feel like that's weird. It couldn't be me. I can see how it happens, though. I can see how someone who really wanted a relationship or wanted to be with a guy like that bad, I could see them thinking like, oh, she's always going to be there. Yeah. She's always going to be there.
You know,
so
that actually happened to me, and me and her are like this. But it was one point in time to where like she chose her relationship kind of over our friendship. And I'm just like, damn, fuck me? Like, fuck
what
me?
What are you
like,
fuck me for?
Like,
no 50 Cent.
Fuck me for? Like, it was crazy. It was like, damn, but we communicated. We talked about it. I'm like, yo, this hurt my feelings.
And this is as a mature woman that I'm channeling my inner 28-year-old.
Almost 30.
Sometimes, calm down. Not too much. Sometimes you do have to prioritize your relationship. Yeah. I understand that. I completely understand that, and I think that is important. However, loyalty-wise, and if it comes across as like you are damaging this relationship that I value, and I'm talking to my man, right? Like if you're getting in between of Micah, Shelby, like Ashley, like Shay, if you're in between that, if you're trying to cut into that, I know their integrity. I've been rocking with them for 10 plus years.
Yeah, period.
I know them.
Yeah.
No, babe.
Who are you?
We can talk about it though.
Yeah, have you on talk about it.
Talk about
like communication
is key.
Boom. So keys to maintaining adult relationships. I think we just answered that. Yeah. Communication. Like there's literally no, like, yeah, there's communication is the umbrella and there's so many things up underneath it. But I feel like communication is freaking key, and it's okay to have uncomfortable conversations.
It is so okay. Yeah. And honestly too, if you can't talk about it right then and there, take some time, maybe not days or nothing, but take some time to get your thoughts together, journal.
Yeah, but even if you do take days, communicate that. Like, yeah, even if it does take days, communicate that. I need a day to talk about this. Like, give me a second, I'll be back.
But in the conversation but I love you though. Yeah. Like, and I value you, and this ain't going nowhere. However, I just need to get myself situated.
I need to dissect what just happened so I can know like what I need to correct. My hair look crazy. Yep.
No, it don't. It looks great.
All right, great. What's next on the docket?
This was kind of already answered. Can you balance friendships and relationships at one time? I feel like I can.
Yeah, I feel like I can too.
And I can just because everyone's important.
Yeah, and I feel like I can now at the space that I am in my life now because I do value all my relationships, and I'm not looking to pick anyone over anybody. Like everybody holds a special place in my heart. So I want everyone to feel loved. And we'll just do like
Barney song.
I love you. Oh. You love, okay. Next, qualities you look for in a friendship.
We kind of answered that already.
We did. The integrity, loyalty, being like genuinely yourself, and you have to be calm. I can't be friends with nobody who don't know who they are. I said it.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah,
I said it.
I
Like,
can see that.
You have to be.
Your presence can make a lot of people uncomfortable.
I would agree with that. And it's not on purpose. I'm just very confident in Shelby and where Shelby is going, what Shelby's doing in life, and how Shelby moves the room. I need you to do the same damn thing. Like, move the room. And it does happen. Like, Chrissy can hold her own. I can hold my own. But together, we're a force.
We're a force when we're together.
Hey, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Yep, that's that.
But, hey, Zach was vibing. Hey, but I would say the same thing. One thing I would say, though, I feel that people, how can I say this in a nice way?
Say it.
Being insecure in yourself is one thing, but also being, like, comfortable enough to be your authentic self, right? Like your authentic self. Sometimes you're not the most secure. You don't know exactly what you are, but you're showing up who you are. You're not showing up as like, I'm trying to be this person.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do that, it causes a lot of like red flags with me. And
because
because
it seems like you're being
fake or inconsistent. And it's just like, just be your authentic self. Even if you're not all the way secure, even if you're not all the way there, be yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because every day, like, you know, it's a new day and you don't know what people are going through. And I just feel that when you try to fake the funk,
it's noticeable.
It's noticeable.
Like,
you can feel
it. Else, but like I mentioned in like one of the episodes before that it is hard. Like I was having like a self battle with myself. Like, damn, I was never a fake person. You know what I'm saying? But getting into that who I really am thing.
Like stepping into it is different.
Yeah, it's different. And you gotta accept it. That's just really who you are.
Okay, the last question is, say one good friendship quality each other have.
Chrissy, like, as a great freaking friend, she, like, never lets me down. Like, she literally comes, like, she says she's gonna do something, and not even just do something. Whatever she says, she's gonna do it. Like, whatever she says, she's gonna do it. And I love that about my friend. I genuinely do love that. She sticks to her fucking guns. And she means what she says. And I love that for Chrissy. Because it branches off into all her friendships. And that's like a great quality to have. Because some people fall through with what they say. Like, I haven't like strengthened that muscle just yet.
It is crazy that you said that. Because I would say your quality that you have to me is like, you're the strong friend. You're the glue. You know what I'm saying? You hold the relationships together. You are the person that wants to have those conversations. You're the one that like the matriarch, right? Like you're that person in a lot of your friend groups, especially with us. Like you're our glue, right? Like you are.
Yes. I'm the communicator. I love us. And then also I like solving problems. I'm a solution finder.
Yes.
So it's like, damn, like even if like I've had conversations with other people and like it doesn't work, at least I got to the root of the problem. Yeah. But it's like I hunger to understand, like,
you hunger to understand, and not only that, you're a genuine fucking person.
I love you.
Like your intentions are always just like you're not a shady person at all. You're never thinking like, oh, I'm about to just play somebody or oh, I'm about to do this. Yeah. Your intentions are always like, I want the best for everyone involved, and like that's what
be great.
Yeah, like that's you. That's you. And I love that. And the people I bring around you, and like everyone feels that from you. Like you're an uplifting spirit because you want everyone to be great. I love that.
I love you.
I love you too. Well, guys, that concludes our episode.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Do not like us, love us, but comment, share, and hit that notification button. And we'll be back here again soon, guys.
Bye, cousins.
We love you.